Episode 45. Sherma's been tending to the residents of Songclave for a while. But what about Hornet? What about her needs? Pay more attention to us. It's fine though, I guess the residents here need more attention than we do. We can heal ourselves after all. For this episode we're going to be heading into the Memoriam. We're done with all of our roundup stuff, kind of. All the roundup stuff that I care to do for now. I gotta remember now I don't have the backward scuttle, which I just tried to activate. Instead I have this thing equipped. Damn. Damn. I also forgot I had the witch thing equipped. Again, we have multi-binder, which should do 4 damage if we're close enough, and the enemy has enough health. We have Long Claw, and this thing for more damage when we heal. This for extra defense and a fun little pet, and extra defense in the form of a parry. And this thing, which I'm still trying to figure out what it does. We already knew that the Needle In affected enemies. But I'm not sure how useful it is if it just pauses them momentarily. Ow. Okay, we're going back home. Sherma, can you fix us up? No, still busy. I just want to get it working on one of these guys. Understand what exactly it is that we're equipping here. That's not good. There we go. We need to catch them in the moment that they actually are ready to be caught, I guess. Like in between attacks or something. We know that this increases the range, but I wondered if it maybe increases the activation time, because you have to be holding down the button for a while for them to get caught in it. But I think it only activates when they're not in the middle of some other action. I'm gonna have to maybe read the description again. Oh, I don't have parry. Ran out of silk. Yes, it expands and strengthens the effects of the Needle In. But when you say expand, I guess that just means range, and strengthen as in how long they get stunned. That still doesn't really do anything, other than waste your silk. This is basically your equivalent to the Dream Nail from the first game, right? And that one did have a... Oh right, I have to actually be near a guy. The charm that upgraded your Dream Nail in the first game did actually have its uses, because the Dream Nail gave you soul for using it, in exchange for a lengthy startup and not dealing any actual damage. This one expends your meter, and pauses them just for lore. So maybe this thing is just for the lore? It does seem to activate faster, maybe. Rumbling, cracking, scratching, seeking. Claws are sharp. It might be good for actually getting the lore from the bosses, since I have been having trouble doing that. This guy should be 3 hits now, right? Good. So we're finally here. Did I sit down at the bench? I sure hope I did. Oh right, we gotta bounce on those. I guess we're going up first. Very rude. Is there even a point to go up here? Maybe this becomes some kind of shortcut later, and in fact I can see it. That's the coral zone, and in the coral zone we create shortcuts by dropping coral. Seems like we're over in Shellwood now. This is a cool idea for a zone. It's basically making you remember all the places you've been to before. Oh yeah, this thing. And all the enemies that you forgot. Guess we're going to the right first. Damn. Can't believe this. You too. Ow. Still got me. Oh good, a memory locket. Let's use that immediately. I was just thinking about how I wanted 3 defensive things on this class, this crest. I guess they're basically like classes. Because that's sort of the unique thing about it, you get more defensive things than usual. It doesn't mean going through all of this though. Die. Yeah, this is actually the optimal route, I think. There's pretty much a straight shot other than that one guy. And you do have to jump, I guess. Still a straight shot. Gotta go through this again. I'm stupid. I'm so stupid. I got the bench, as planned. I was there for more than just the bench. You know what? It was these guys' fault. They distracted me, made me get off the bench. Made me forget the reason I came to the bench in the first place. So now that we actually have 3 options, I guess what I want is quick bind, multi-bind, this thing for improving our basic tentacle ability and all that. But we also have reserve bind, which is a good thing to have. All of these kind of fit in nicely with this build. But in the end, this is just one bind, and I think the long claw is better to have. If we instead forego the injector band or the multi-bind, I guess we would forego the injector band because that would be just increased speed but not more healing or more damage. But it is much safer. And it would let me use the healing more offensively if it activates real quick. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Okay. I don't like this placement though. I think I prefer like this. Multi-bind, quick bind, the mirror thing, and this one. All the 3 binding things around here. That's just a better allocation spatially to me. I don't know. And we're still keeping this thing just because. I say just because, I don't really have a good reason for it. I guess we'll get more lore out of guys like this. Protect us, Mother. Call for danger, hide away. Protect us, mother. You too. Come back here. Could you actually stop rolling? This is a problem for me. How am I supposed to get the lore if you don't actually pause? Damn, you just stopped. This guy's pretty hard to get the lore out of. It's hard to predict when this guy's gonna stop, actually. Maybe we get him before he even starts. Digging, hiding. Claws are sharp. Rumsing, crackling. There's the lore. And this lore. Sheer bulk makes for an effective weapon, but requires much sustenance. This creature would have spent most of its time eating. An acceptable life for some. Giant roller of the lowlands, its rich tide will crush smaller creatures beneath it. Damn. Well, at least we're finally ready to move on, I guess. Up and over. Left seems to be forward, so up and then to the right. Those really should hit the enemy that shoots it as like a friendly fire sort of thing. Oh, okay. I don't think we've seen that thing before. Yeah, we haven't. Crosscrag. Interesting that there are enemies that we've never seen in the actual zone. Does that mean there's like... No, wait. Coral Husk, or Coral Hulk, was a dense shell, bred to immense size by the Citadel's Memoriam. Yeah, it's Memoriam specific. It's fun that they're introducing new guys like this. It just made me think that maybe there was some kind of a zone we hadn't seen in the coral area before. Damn. I had a feeling it was one more hit, but I just faced the wrong direction. It's fine, we'll heal soon enough. Oh, this isn't actually a shortcut. Then why does this thing exist? Bouncing up and around here? I thought for sure we'd drop some kind of coral. Containment fails, memory lost. Excise outer, maintain inner. Shellwood stasis sustained, remember. Maryland stasis critical, remember. Verdanian environment exceeded, destined to forget. What is that? Verdanian? Probably some place we've never seen? Or like an alternate name for a different location? I guess it's forgotten forever. What if this is even some kind of meta commentary from the developers about an area that never quite panned out for the game? Or it might just be another location over here in the Marrow, or over here in the Memoriam, that we explore that doesn't exist over in... No, I guess it would be the opposite. It would be something that exists outside of the Memoriam that they don't remember in the Memoriam. I guess. Well, that's what that was for. Just some lore. 5 hits. That's all it takes. This, I don't know how many hits. It's 4. This is... Where are we? We're off the map now. New part of the map that's not yet... Oh. That is new. Ow. Okay. Well, we learned what they do, I guess. What's all this then? It goes down and around, not that. Down and around this side. Maybe we can open up a shortcut? That might be asking too much though. Lo and behold, we got a shortcut. I'm glad I know how to read maps. Know how to read them enough, I guess. Enough to find things like that. As for where we want to go, well, I guess I know we want to go this way. Yeah, we'll pay. Okay, that's the last one. There is an achievement for this, a trophy. While we're here, though, does anything happen at this terminus when we unlock all of these? It feels like the terminus was maybe just like a free bench the first time we were in the underworks. But what else could it be other than just this? Very weird. Kind of like our own secret base, I guess. No one else is using it. There's no way in or out. Well, I guess anyone can use these now that we reactivated the public transit system and there doesn't seem to be any key or something. Okay, so I think based on the map here, it probably continues upward this way. So we want to go left first? That sounds right. Or it sounds left. Whatever. Oh, is this Verdania? The place I forgot? These bugs are things we haven't seen before. Based on the map, there shouldn't be anywhere extensive. And that's it. That's really it. Okay. Oh. I think this is a room to refill your silk. For a boss fight. And this is a room for nothing, apparently. A room for you to decrease your health before the boss fight, I guess. Damn. Okay, double damn. Let's not go into this with 0 health. I always say that. I always say 0 health when I mean... What I want to say is, let's go into this boss fight with 0 health lost. That's what I mean. Probably better to use this bench. We don't want to use the fast travel thing. Well, the fast travel thing is pretty fast, actually. It's sort of like a loading screen, but not really. This one requires more traversal. And there are more enemies along the way. Not that they're any trouble. I guess either run back works. I can't believe this. I thought it was further than that. 1, 2, 3. That's also part of the run back, memorizing this drop, I guess. Oh. Actually, I guess it's not a run back for a boss, it's a platforming segment. Well, still, we want to go in this with as little health lost as possible. Oh. We can't, do that. Gotcha. Then if I do this, then that, then this, then that. Okay. That's another bar. Perfect. We didn't have to spend a cent. Not a boss fight. This is like the biggest one ever. Eat and grow larger. Change, hidden change. Little sisters hide away. What does that mean? Does this actually only work once on each enemy? No, it doesn't. I think we get 3 lines of dialogue out of this when we use it with the tool. Whereas we only get 2 lines since it lasts shorter without the tool? Maybe. A massive moss grub. Unnaturally overgrown moss grub, bred within the Citadel's memoriam. If not for the spikes, I would think it an appealing bug. The phone would actually think these things are cute. Even if it's bigger, it's still just a moss grub, I guess. And I guess this is our exit. Maybe this wasn't Verdania. It might have just been, more of the original area. What's that place called? Moss Home? Oh wait, this is wrong. Yeah, it actually seems like Moss Home overgrew from its containment. Because there should be like a central corridor that isn't any area? Maybe. Well, there's a lot of areas that look like it should be Moss Home. Maybe this was the intent of the architecture of this place anyway. To have all of these things kind of just sticking out every direction or whatever. This is strange. This is strange. That's probably a one-way door, isn't it? Oh, hey. Sorry, I didn't know you were trying to get in. Well, here's a location we've never been to. Should I maybe have come here after the slab? I guess we're here now. I'm pretty sure this is meant to be an area that you've never been able to actually go to before this point. Well, now we're in like a different area where everything is preserved, even like the sentient bugs. Preserving things through robots, through whatever this is, a memoriam. What else have they tried over in Farloom? Materium. Tubes and receptacles built for the storing, recording, and research of various materials. The materium can be assembled in a home. We have one of those. But why? What is this for? Various materials. Oh, this would be more of the purple zone, I guess. This... This seems like a boss fight. Or at least a fight. Oh? Wait, is that it? That was weird. Why so quick? Memoria. Learned disciple of the choir, charged to maintain the Citadel's memoriam. From the outset, theirs was a hopeless task. Those wild lands could never be replicated within a space so artificial. It was sort of like a boss fight, but not really. Well, we've had these rooms before where the enemies were... You just had to fight a few enemies, and there was like a sort of horde room that gave you the fanfare music when you won. But these guys went down so quickly. Maybe partly because I have the extra damage from all the upgrades and all of that. I don't know. Maybe it was just meant to be a really short battle, just because Hornet's saying here that they had a hopeless task and these guys were maybe... Like we see all these corpses here, they're all just kind of like at the end of their lifespan or something. At the end of their rope with this pointless task, or... What's the word? Sisyphean task, I guess? Volt vessels. Convertible orbs containing electricity. The vessels can be thrown as a bola for an explosive discharge, or staked as a sphere to resume or release a column of energy. How would you... Oh, you have to transform it. That's interesting. I guess the one thing I do regret is not seeing their moveset. Not really. Oh, would this be the boss fight? Every time they give me Silk, I think, oh, we're going into a boss fight. And I don't think that's necessarily a wrong way to look at things. Yeah, this is the one-way door. Okay. Okay, time for a real boss fight. Maybe. Or maybe at least a real horde room. Oh, that's a flea. And it is a boss fight. Maybe not a boss fight. Alright, stop that dog. Go back home. No, not that. This. Huge flea. Oversized bug, briefly consumed by anger after its long time caged. This is sort of like the collector from the first game, this entire zone. I would not have guessed so large and marvelous a flea existed. Marvelous, you say? I am pleased it saw sense before I had to strike a killing blow. Me too. No one wants to kill the dog. Okay, so this wasn't a shortcut for a run back, not really. It was a shortcut back through the area without having to go to all that stuff again. So that's it, I think. No actual boss fight in the memoriam, it seems. I guess it's just meant to be like a place to go to for some minimal upgrades. Just some extra stuff to explore and all that. More exploration in the Citadel and all. And maybe as also an entranceway into the Putrefied Ducts. Obviously it's that. It's the only entranceway into the Putrefied Ducts. I guess not every area has to have like a boss fight at the end. The High Halls were sort of the same. I mean, it's Critical Pass, but there was no boss fight at the end. It was... well, it was still a boss fight. Even this, it didn't really have any huge combat challenge. But that's fine. I guess I'm a little bit disappointed. I did want, I don't know, something. Oh, we got this though. Bolt vessels. So that's the bowler form, and this is the steak form. Let's just try it out real quick. Wow, look at that. Okay, you do throw it at the ground, it seems. It costs 8 for one of them. This is also probably 8. Let's see how it works on this guy. Interesting. I wonder if the steak does more damage. This one has like a better range, I guess. I like that. I like this tool. It's interesting that it's 2 in 1 though. And we can't really transform it on the fly, can we? I kind of like the steak form more. It's a bit more predictable. They're both good on multiple enemies, but the steak form shoots vertically upwards, maybe up into infinity or something. Probably not infinity. And the bowler form, I guess, is better for horizontal, like at a distance and all that. Let's keep it in steak form, and I guess I was going to use these as a witch thing. We don't have to stick with the theming of the witch or whatever for our offensive tools. Let's just put on whatever is new, I guess. Try to experience it. This will be fun. Let's try to one of these guys. Oh, that's actually very narrow. Kind of significant damage, I think. I don't know how to compare that to how much damage we do with a nail, though. But yeah, it's actually much more narrow than I would have thought. I think with everything we did, there's only really one more place left to go, and that is the slab. I think we're actually getting pretty close to having cleared out everything. They're still listing this door that... I don't know, I guess I'll mark it with something. Just so we know that it's there. But we don't know why. Why we can't get into it, or how to get into it. Other than that, that's all we really can do at this point. Unless we go farming for money again, which we're not doing that right now. Oh right, this guy's still here. Damn. Ah, you evade me yet again. Maybe this guy will stand still for us. Thank you. Yeah, the witch is actually pretty strong offensively if you build into it. The binding and everything. So you need 500. Grindel needs about 700 more, I think. 680. Oh, and our home. We can check in on that. What does this thing do? We might actually have to pay money to make this thing useful. Just a quick stop on our way to the slab. We had to go this way anyway to ride the bell bug. The bell beast. The beast bug. The bell beast bug. Do I have to pay you for this? Not really. I guess we're just gonna put it down in our home and call it a day. Yeah, assemble materium. It's a good thing we bought the Death Sun. Oh. Silk. Fine thread spun from the soul of its creator. Highly coveted for its remarkable strengths and mystical properties. Used to heal wounds, extend life, and weave powerful runes. This is very good. It's like a lore book for all the material in the world. Oh, and I see, we have this is like its own tab for this stuff. Well, we're gonna go through all of it. Shell shards, hardened fragments of shell and bone, used in crafting tools and traps. Rosaries, beads carved from various materials, used as mercy or measure of face, and treasure traded as currency. Each is etched with a fine pattern design. Shell rosaries. From polished shell, finer material reflects their increased value. Pearl rosaries, I guess the highest form. Gleaming pearl carved over with intricate markings, the rarest and most highly valued rosaries in all of Farloom. Mossberry, seeds are toxic to most creatures. Stew, syrupy soup of mossberries and druidic herbs. Sweet and aromatic, but poisonous to most creatures. I think a lot of these are like this, things that we have had in our inventory, so we don't have to read all of it. Flintstone, long burning rock from the base of Farloom, mined and used by the Citadel in its forging. Some of these are very good for understanding why locations exist, like why the deep docks exist to farm this stuff. Apparently the Citadel needs it, but we didn't really get a concrete answer why, we just knew they needed it. And this still isn't a concrete answer, but it's at least explicit, sort of. Flint gem. Gem-like organ taken from a flint beetle. I guess we did see this before. Spine core. Oh yeah, we got that for our umbrella. Crown fragment, horn fragment, silver bell, pale oil. This is actually really good because there might have been some things in my inventory, the key items that I never read the description of. A history of all of that, plus more. Call apart. What was this? I think I remember getting this, but I don't remember for sure. Roach guts, vintage nectar, the rasher, the egg, the crust nut, the steel spines, choir cloak, and all of those organs. Fun. Hornet's house gets even more interesting. We can still make it better though. Unfortunately, it's going to be the last thing I spend money on. Gonna be like 1600 for these upgrades. Those might not even be the last ones. So yeah, on our way to jail, I guess. I think maybe I could have done this area a lot earlier. Or maybe there was something stopping me. I'm not exactly sure. Right, we needed the key here. We got this key from all the way over here for whatever reason. Over here, rather. Which we could have gotten through Memoriam after we get double jump. Or through Bilehaven, which also required double jump, I'm pretty sure. I guess the Petrified Ducks was the easier route. But let's not do that yet. Are there still areas here that I could have explored? Let's do the things that I could have done before the things that I can do now. When I entered here, I guess it was from... yeah, over here. Oh, I remember these guys. Yeah, the goop. It's been so long. we ever go up here? I might have given up too soon on this area, like way too soon. What is that noise? That's not the sound of a flea, I think. Sounds more like... Is that a person or like an animal? Like, I guess they're all bugs, but... Oh, it's more snow. Oh yeah, we did come here. I think there's more area up there, but that's it. Yeah, so I think we explored everything we could the first time we came here. This was everything. Just these few rooms. Nothing up here. Unless there was like some kind of secret wall I missed. And this was the entrance. So yeah. I guess we're doing this sort of intended. We're only coming here after doing a lot of things, like getting double jump and all that. I think. I never know with this game, not for sure. Not when there's like secret walls all over the place. In goes a key. I hope the apostates kept a map around here. I want those rosaries. I think they fell down though. Heretic? Okay. Well, I hope the apostates kept a heretic key around here, and a map, and any other keys we might need. Oh, we're below this. And did that... No, didn't open this one. Well, I guess that's good. It just opened up the area more. Yeah, no map. Right. Map, maybe? Penitent, Ace of the Twelves. Guilty of the sin of irreverence. Penance by chaining. Absolution granted after death. What does this Ace of the Twelves mean? Are these like categories of sins or something, and Ace of the Twelves is the number of the prisoner that they're putting on trial or something? Penitent, second of the fourth. Okay, I have no idea what these numbers mean then. No, wait, these are dates. Like months penitent and the second day of the fourth week or something? Because we've seen numbers like this throughout a lot of notes like this, and I never knew what to make of them. But these must be dates. Probably. Guilty of the sin of dissonance. Penance by silencing. Absolution granted after death. Actually, no, I'm not so sure it's a date, because the grammar here is penitent second of the fourth is the subject of this paragraph or whatever. And they're saying that's guilty of the sin of dissonance. It wouldn't make sense as a date, I think. Probably. Penitent, fourth of the fourth. Wait, maybe... Maybe fourth of the fourth is like fourth day of the fourth month? That could be a date? I don't know. Guilty of the sins of infirmity, sickness, penance by swallowing. Absolution granted after death. Penitent, 12th of the first. Guilty of an unnamed sin. Penance by casting. Absolution not granted. Wow. Let me try to digest that again. I was so focused on the first part. I need to actually digest what these sins were and these punishments. So irreverence, they get chained, which is sort of like whipping, I imagine. And they're given absolution, like forgiveness, by death. And this one, dissonance, penance with silencing, and absolution for death. When they say dissonance, I guess that means speaking out against the citadel, or just singing bad in choir. This one, sins of infirmity, sickness. Penance by swallowing. Who's doing the swallowing? I guess they got swallowed by something. But why would you feed something, a person that's sick? Maybe they fed some sick bug that was guilty of being sick. Some kind of poison or something. Very weird sin here, but even weirder is the next one. An unnamed sin. And they cast it, which I guess is the highest sin, but apparently that turns them into the eternal bugs, which is the whole point of, like, the final form of Farloom, I think. Or maybe it's like a fate worse than death. Well, I don't know if they see it that way, if they in Farloom consider becoming the robots bad. Or if the pilgrims see it as, like, a good thing. It's not very clear to me. But yeah, this one, the unnamed sin, they weren't forgiven. So apparently the worst bugs get casted. Is casted proper grammar? I guess cast would be past tense. We don't have to be afraid of water, it's just normal water. Oh, we're above the Sons of Karok now, so I guess we're like bleeding into that area a little bit, like around here. Pretty fun. That's interesting. But I guess that's all this is. I think that just means we have to be on the lookout for more traps, like that. Yeah, it was just teaching you, basically. A forgiving drop into the water before you actually get more dangerous stuff. Oh, this is fun. I guess the slab exits out onto this, this sheer drop. Which would be like right above the citadel over here. Or just outside of the citadel, technically. Is this? Yeah, it's not part of the citadel. Your light. Too weak to return. Forgive my silence. Your light. I failed you. Too weak to return. Your light. I'm not sure if our upgraded needle-in does anything with this. Probably not. It does look cool though. Damn. Should've just activated it immediately. Part of me was holding out hope that maybe there was some kind of shortcut to the Sons of Karok from down here. Just another fun way to connect the world, I guess. Okay, and that goes up. And that goes nowhere. Friend or foe? Foe. Ah, no, my money! That guy actually had a lot of health. These guys are in jail and they're still stealing. Incredible. Did they break into the jail to steal from the jail? Does that make sense? Okay. Oh, this... Wait. What? Huh? What? But where? Why'd I come here? What was this all for? I don't even have the map yet. No, that can't be it. We couldn't have come here for nothing. We just like went in a loop here and that's it. Did we get a key that I'm forgetting? No, we got a Weaver effigy. Was there actually something here? I can't tell. We come here, we break the wall, we open this shortcut and this just leads out. What good is this? What good is any of this? There has to be some kind of hidden wall, or something. We didn't even find a key for the heretic. Well, okay, this... you need a way out of this, I guess. So that's why that exists. So if we look at that, this entire loop that we did around here as the way out, and this as a shortcut so you don't go through all that platforming again, then this entire down segment was just for that one Weaver effigy to the right. That's it? But then I can't go any further. I need a heretic key. And I guess that might be somewhere else in the world. Considering we found the apostate key just out in the middle of the petrified ducks for no particular reason, then maybe the heretic key is the same, I guess. And there's like an entire section above us that I don't know how to get to. This might just mean I can't actually do the slab yet. Strangely enough. No hidden wall here. How odd. Well, this is our shortest route out. Quick stop over by the bench, and then we're done. I really thought the slab would be our last stop to, well, completing everything that I wanted to do before we progress with the main story, which feels like we're pretty close to the end of that. There's nowhere else left to go. Let's go to the high halls and then over onto the architects section of the map. It doesn't seem all that long, the architect section. We won't have the time to do it this episode, but... Oh, he just barely dodged it. I can't believe this. Damn. Damn. He was just one more hit anyway. It really doesn't matter, we're already here. Shall we continue with the witch for a little bit? I feel like I only fought one boss with it, so... I guess we can keep on trying. And now this part. The part that I never actually went down through. Oh. Wait, what did that do? It's not a wall. Oh, it's... Why? Oh, it's a way back up. Okay. Okay, I should have activated this before I turned around immediately. It wasn't like a huge waste of time, though. Gotta keep in mind we're going into this with double jump, which maybe we wouldn't have had necessarily. I think this thing... Yeah, we've seen it before. Oh, it's being carried by Hornet's momentum or something. I think. Because it kind of stops when we jump off of it. Well, maybe it's not the momentum, I guess it's just going on a set pass. It's like a pressure sensor or something. Why? Why? Oops. Why this? Oh, you're meant to jump down if you don't have double jump, that's why. Right. More architecture that I wouldn't have taken notice of, or that I have a chance of not noticing, since I have the double jump. Well, I'm here and I want to appreciate the architecture that was designed for not double jumping, I guess. The range of activation isn't actually that wide. It shows the vertical shaft of the attack area, my favorite words, vertical shaft. It shows that as pretty wide, but the actual lightning strike is not as wide as it seems. I guess what you're supposed to do without double jump is pogo off of the spinning gears. I think to even get into this area there was a section where if you don't have the double jump you're supposed to know you can pogo off of these things. Which most players that are familiar with Hollow Knight would already know. You can pogo off of most things. Yeah, to enter this area you had to do this maneuver. Okay, that was almost good. Just didn't want to use the double jump. Okay, without the double jump that would have actually been a silk usage, a silk... What's it called? Damn, I used the double jump and I still got hurt. A claw line. It's called a claw line. Damn. Damn. I used the double jump and I still failed. It's because I don't have enough silk. I don't have the thing equipped. The weave light. Dash and then that. Okay. That's how you do it without double jumping, I guess. Can I get a bench? I kind of messed that up a lot. What's all this? And where are we? Like how far up did we go? We're not at the top, are we? We might be at the top. But if this is a boss room... It'd be a bit weird. Bit weird to go to all that platforming with no bench or whatever. Oh no. Well, guess I'm gonna have to go to all that platforming since there was no bench. Or I just missed it. Guess I just have to be more careful. Now would be a good time to take a break.